This that no nonsense. Well, guys, it comes a time where you gotta put everybody in their place. Like I said on my last KD video, I never had a problem with him responding if you want a basketball debate. But then there are some people, such as these old role players, that get on TV because they couldn't be a star player on the court, so they try to be a star player in the media and say a bunch of things and tend to go overboard. So just like you have to put them in their place, you have to remind them that they're still a bench player even on TV. And this is what Kendrick Perkins is. He's a guy that spoke his mind, but he's been going overboard lately, right? You gotta look at Richard Jefferson, and Richard Jefferson been monitoring himself, right? You look at Ryan Hollins, all these guys, Damon Jones go on TV and try to pretty much collect the stardom that they wish they had in the NBA, then go on the NBA media because their opinion is a level above guys who never played in the NBA opinion. So they know that guys are going to want to listen to them. However, they got to recognize we can also see through the BS.
On 14 made shots, those were more than the rest of the Rocket starters combined. So very quickly, Jay Will, we see the shot there at the end of the highlight. He's sitting by himself off to the side.
It's a great game, right, for Russell Westbrook. It's also a great game for Chris Paul. Even though Chris Paul had 18 points, he was able to facilitate the tempo, which Clippers are going to miss. He was able to bring the best out their offense, which Rockets are going to miss. I said Clippers, I mean the Rockets are going to miss. He was able to shoot well, which Rockets are going to be able to miss. And if the game was close, he was going to be clutch, which is the Rockets is going to be able to miss. James Harden had one of those fashion I'm tired games. It's just what it is. It was, and combined of, I guess they wanted Russell Westbrook to have a great game. I don't know. Rockets got beat. Thunders is a great defensive team. Like I said about Billy Donovan, he's a great defensive coach. That's it. He's not a great offensive coach. He's a horrible offensive coach. He's a great defensive coach. But they're able to run more of a system, right? And Chris Paul obviously isn't trying to win a championship on that team, so he isn't nitpicking them to death like he would do with the Clippers and the Rockets.
From his team, is that a big deal? I think it was a great learning experience for this team, and I think James Harden took an opportunity upon himself to help Russell. Obviously, Russell wanted to dominate this game. I think it's easy.
He also took the opportunity to lay an egg.
For Russ to revert back to the frustration that he had, even when he was at OKC, when things didn't go his way, to isolate himself. And what we're not showing in the video is James Harden walks over to him while they're in the middle of the huddle, the timeout, and spends time with him. And I think that growth is pivotal for these two to win a championship. What you're seeing on your screen there, Russell Westbrook commented on an Instagram post at ESPN.
See, there you go, James Harden. James Harden is like, I had a bad game because I tried to let Russell Westbrook shine. No, bro, you had a bad game.
Posted about him sitting off to the side and basically saying, stop reaching, please, LOL, this isn't a big deal. Let's leave that there because that's not the most interesting thing that happened. Kevin Durant, a day after getting into all this Twitter stuff that you and I talked about yesterday, had a beef yesterday, and it began another one, and this one with...
See, look at this tweet right here. In about 30 minutes, I'm going to give my opinion on SportsCenter on why I believe that Russell Westbrook is the best player to ever put on an Oklahoma City jersey. He is Mr. Thunder. No, he's Mr. Triple Double. Mr. Go Overboard for Triple Double. Right? I call him General Zhao off Avatar Last Airbender because he worries about trying to overpower you, even if it's to his own detriment. We see Kendrick Perkins came on TV as KD's best friend to try to dog Golden State, saying stuff like, oh man, they didn't believe in Stephen Curry. Stephen Curry didn't have good games. That's why they got Kevin Durant. I played with Kevin Durant. All these role players that think that their brothers were teams. No, you wasn't. Was you calling Kevin Durant when he went to Golden State and comforting him? Kendrick Perkins, that's when he needed your help. Was you there when he had these many problems? Because, see, Kevin Durant, like I said, will have many problems within himself and just blow up and leave. If you was a true friend, he probably would have talked to you about it. Right? More so that you could talk to him. He could talk to you. But no, you wasn't. You was riding that KD clout on TV. mean, you speak your mind. You have basketball experience, but that's all you have. Just being real with you, Kendrick Perkins.
Former OKC teammate.
So now KD is going to put him in his place because you was not a star player on the court, and you're not going to be a star player in the media. You're not going to ride NBA players to clout.
And Kendrick Perkins. So here's what happened. Kendrick Perkins tweeted, in about 30 minutes, I'm going to give my opinion on SportsCenter on why Russell Westbrook is the best player ever.
This is asinine. Right here. This is pure asinine. The brother haven't even left the first round. He's a great player. KD is obviously their best player that they ever had, and they know it.
In OKC. When asked about Kevin Durant, Perkins replied, KD lost in the second round without Russ when I was there. So what does that mean?
Well, Russell Westbrook never made it past the first round. You see what I'm saying, people? You see what I'm saying? Look at this brother Kendrick Perkins right here. This is what I mean by riding people to clout. Like I said, he used KD to attack the Golden State Warriors because he had some beef with Steph Curry when he was on Cleveland. Keep in mind, Kendrick Perkins, Dante Jones, and all of them did not like Stephen Curry. They was taking shots, little shots at Stephen Curry, even before KD went there, such as J.R. Smith and all of them. Because simply, those guys don't have a mind on their own, by the way. They have whatever LeBron thinks, they just going to reiterate. So when they were saying it, LeBron believed it. So LeBron was probably saying it. So he was using KD, oh man, I'm KD friend, to attack Golden State. And like I said, attacking Golden State is low-hanging fruit. Everybody is doing it. When you talk about some, oh man, KD made the weakest move in NBA history. That's weak. That's low-hanging fruit. Everybody is saying it. See, guys think that they're smart, but they go out the low-hanging fruit that they know that everybody is saying is going to get them attention. That does not prove to me if you're a good analyst. Kendrick Perkins speak his mind. He have NBA experience. So his opinion is going to be higher than a normal person that haven't played in the NBA. At the end of the day, you are a role player. Kendrick. I know you was on Boston because they were saying crap like if they would have had you, you would have won against the Lakers and all that BS. That's like, what's their brother name? That's like Ian Clark, or no, I'm going to take it a step further. That's like David West getting hurt in the finals and Golden State losing. And Golden State to Cleveland when they had KD. And Golden State running around here saying that, man, if we had David West, we would have won. They would look at Golden State like, bro, you had KD. You had Stephen Clay. Then I know him for his Oklahoma City days. Then I know him for not playing the game. He was on the Cleveland roster. But in actuality, he was a professional water boy. He gave everybody water with a suit on. He was like, sign here, sign here, sign here. Okay, here's your water. Sign here, sign here. Here's your water. Present, LeBron. Present. Say present, LeBron. It was like a teacher. Say present, LeBron. Kyrie, present. Kyrie wasn't there. J.R. Smith, present. Okay, here's your water. That's what he was on Cleveland.
Kevin Durant, because this is what he does, chimed in and said, yeah, and our starting center, Kendrick Perkins, averaged a whopping 2 and 3 during that series. You played hard, though, champ.
See, this is what I mean by putting people in their place. Yeah, Kendrick, you might have, your opinion might be better than, let's say, a Rachel Nichols, than the Max Kellerman, or guys who haven't played in the NBA. But you got to be put in your place because your opinion is not going to be better than Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is a star. He knows more about the game than you, bro. And for some reason, a lot of these centers, for some reason, is lacking the IQ acumen of the game. They're very experienced. I mean, Charles Barkley is a bit wise on the game. Sometimes he get caught in his own personal biasness. You have Shaq, right? You have him. And Tim Duncan's a smart player. It's with these role-playing centers that seem to know nothing about the game of basketball because their job is to dunk. Whereas a little man or a guy like KD have to be more smart because they do more things on the offense. So like I said, on the experience on the NBA, your opinion is sound. Just like Richard Jefferson's. But if a LeBron, if a KD, if a Kyrie used to go on TV, they're going to put you in your place.
Oh, well. So of course Perk is firing back. Boy, stop, you did.
See, look at this. Boy, stop, you did. This is KD's boy, right away. No, this is KD is his boy, by the way. Boy, stop, you did the weakest move in NBA history. Up on the team 3-1 in the Western Conference Finals, then go join them the following season. Well, how come? I don't even know if he was there that season. But how come you didn't help with that, Kendrick? No, Kendrick wasn't there. I don't think he was there. He said heart of a champion right there. KD got 2 rings. Right? He went out of his way to even congratulate KD on those 2 rings. Look at this. This is what I mean by using NBA players as clout, such as these role players. I play with LeBron, so I can tell you things about LeBron. He's like, I play with KD, so I can tell you things about KD. And I'm on TV. And saying this crap right here. From a competitive standpoint, if you like watching a game of basketball, you have the right to not like it. But going to Golden State made him a better player. That's something Kendrick Perkins did not understand. Because when you went to another team, it was because you wasn't a great player.
The weakest move in NBA history, up on a team 3-1 in the West Finals, then go join them the following year. Heart of a champion right there.
And your boy Russell Westbrook was a part of the 3-1 breakdown, Kendrick Perkins. Yeah, he's the best thunder in the NBA. Okay.
D responded, weak is starting at center, playing real minutes with no production. Should have worked on your skills as much as I did.
Of course not. He worked on that belly. That's what he worked on. He worked on that beer belly. Put him in his perspective. He called you a nobody, Kendrick. Exactly, because that's what you are. Now you're sitting at your house with your feelings hurt. You got put in your place. You don't have the right to talk about what I did. I'm a superstar. Can't talk about KD. You know what KD is. He's a superstar. See, when these guys come on TV and guys become fans of them, I got to see more from them. I knew Kendrick was a guy that spoke his mind, and he's going to talk about more so his experience in the NBA, and it's going to be a bit more valid than guys who haven't played in the NBA. But I knew automatically that he was using that KD clout for fame at that moment, especially during the finals, especially to talk about Stephen Curry and the Golden State Warriors. How he felt like Golden State was the golden boy. Oh man, nothing is wrong and all that and all the other crap. But you played on Cleveland with the golden boy LeBron James. See, listen, this stuff didn't even make sense because the media was hating on Golden State. They were saying crap like Stephen Curry was nothing without KD, and then the very next day turn around and say that Golden State don't need KD. So they didn't even know what they was talking about. And you got them here acting like Stephen Curry position in the media was actually LeBron James' stance in the media. And this is probably what LeBron hates about Steph, is because the fans feel and respect Steph a lot, right? The media holds LeBron to obviously a pedestal. However, the respect that fans give Steph because he is more relatable, I believe LeBron a bit wished that he had. But LeBron got a bit of that when he was able to beat them in the 2016 finals. But you can see a bit of that disdain because LeBron was riding this leadership crap, making teammates better. And when you saw Golden State, you clearly saw a guy who was a leader and made guys better. Just being real with you. Guys gonna say, oh my goodness, you must be a Golden State bandwagon. My goodness, you must be a LeBron hater. No, I'm not a Golden State bandwagon. I'm not even a Golden State fan. I like good basketball, simple as that. Not even LeBron hater. I'm not a hater or a fanboy. But I knew Kendrick Perkins' job was to ride these star players for fame. Because he wants to be a star player on the media. But like I said, there's levels to this Kendrick Perkins on the court and now in the media. If KD was to come in the media, he will automatically be better than you on the media. If KD was to say, I want to work on ESPN, and for me to work there, I want you to fire Kendrick Perkins, then you will be on Fox. Just like if KD was to go to a team, if you was there and say, I'll only go there if you release Kendrick Perkins, you will be released. Because you are a bench player in the NBA. You are a bench player on TV compared to KD. So you did the weakest move on history, up 3-1. Russell Westbrook was on that team too also, by the way. The boy played like he was on absolute cocaine, having withdrawals. Well, I seen that game, was playing great. Then that boy for 3 straight games. Remember my dad was saying that he threw that game away. He was taking up stupid threes. Like I've never, the boy played like he was, something was on that. The boy played like he belonged to an institute, an asylum institute. He played like the Tasmanian devil. That's what Russell Westbrook plays like, the Tasmanian devil. He just spin and destroy everything. So I applaud Katie for this. But who you are to speak on my move? And then Kendrick Perkins is regurgitating Stephen A. and all these other NBA fanboys. And Stephen A. was legitimately mad at this, by the way, because Stephen A. likes that type of basketball, even though Stephen A. gets sensitive and he's double-minded because he cares more about connections than his own opinion. That's why he'll hate you, and then if he get connections with you, he'll become your friend. All the other media just hated that LeBron to get rings. Sorry, Kendrick.
So this time he's getting into it now with a former teammate and a former player, of course. What do you make of this? Well, I think first off, Kendrick Perkins brought his name into it, and Kevin responded. This is, and I actually disagree with Perkins for a second. I think,
of course, you disagree with Perkins.
Russell is Mr. Thunder. I don't think Russell's the best player to ever put on the OKC Thunder.
Nobody does. Not even Russell Westbrook.
Uniform. Those are 2 different things, right?
They had to do it over again. They would have traded Russell Westbrook, probably. They would have, first of all, told him to get an IQ, and they probably would have kept James Harden.
I still would give that to Kevin. People may not like Kevin because of the trash he talks or how he is.
No, they don't like Kevin because he went to Golden State. See, and that's just low IQ because it just tells you how smart Kendrick Perkins is, which he is not. He's just a guy that has great NBA experience. So his opinion is going to be of an NBA player that has great NBA experience. It is what it is.
But he's still one of the best players we've ever seen to play the game. Of course, and that's not even debatable. Here's what I'll say, because if you watch this show, you know that I was very critical of KD for getting it into it. You know, I don't think that KD should be tweeting at Frank2496. If he wants to get into it with Kendrick Perkins, I'm all good with.
It doesn't care what you think, Greeny. Doesn't care what you think. If he wants to tweet at John Doe at 551, if he wants to tweet at a Russian spy, then by all means let him do it. If it's about an NBA debate, because that's who he is. Katie just got to decipher trolls and guys who want to have an actual basketball debate, because the trolls just want to take their anger out on him. And they don't want a basketball. They just want attention, and then when you give it to them, haha, you're sensitive.
That to me is a fair fight and a reasonable thing for him to do. Everybody can get the smoke. Everybody can get the smoke. I don't care if you're Kendrick Perkins. I don't care if you're Kenny 246. If you're going to bring the heat, but listen, you're going to bring the heat. Can I also just suggest this? Sure. Because you're very close with Kevin, and I love Kevin Durant. I hope it is clear. I'm just telling you how it is. I know that. I hope everything I say, it's clear that I say this respectfully, not disrespectfully. Can we get him to binge watch a show or something like that? Can I tell you? He seems to be sitting around on social media all the time. He does binge watch. Why? He binge watches basketball 24/7, 365. That's all he cares about.
Somebody remind Greeny that just because you won't do it doesn't mean KD shouldn't do it. It's pretty much a Max Kellerman stance. As Kellerman, like, I don't understand. Well, your job is to provide an opinion on that. That's it. Your job is not to pretty much tell him that he's doing wrong because you won't do it.
Him and LeBron are so similar. That's all they watch. High school, college, NBA, strategy. I'm going to get him the Disney Plus app, and that way he can watch like Star Wars and Marvel. That's a great plug. And whatever he wants. And he doesn't have to be sitting there getting involved in this nonsense.
They believe he's tweeting because he's bored. The man got a multi-million dollars. The man is much more successful than you, Greeny. If anything, how you gonna tell him how bored this guy is? This is just what this guy do. He's a guy that says opinion matters. My problem with KD is he has a beta male personality. That's my problem with him. He has a beta male personality. And he'll let opinions of others sway his decisions. He went to Brooklyn Nets because he didn't like that the media was delegitimizing his wins, and he thought it was valid when it was invalid because they was mad that they Lord and Savior LeBron wasn't getting rings. So he went to Brooklyn Nets based on what, so his wins won't get delegitimized. And if he feel the need to get other people to tell him that he is great, then the move he went to Brooklyn Nets was fine based on that decision. But I don't have a problem with him clapping. That just KD is a human being. I'm glad that he is in touch with fans. But like I said, a lot of those guys are trolls, KD. If you want to get in with a troll, then that's all by means fine. But all this crap that I'm going to talk about you and then call you sensitive and the media is reporting, it's just BS. Like, what do you guys got to do? Okay, then talk about somebody else. Talk about the game. Talk about this bad game that James Harden had. Right? Talk about something else. Why you always got to talk about KD? Talking about what a fan is saying. Right? Or what he's saying to a fan. We know who KD was 3-4 years ago. And you guys are still saying the same thing for 4 years. Since 2016. It doesn't matter how much segments you're going to make. He is not going to change. So get over it. You are the ones who is bored.
Back and forth at everyone who mentions his name. By the way, Perk will be on the jump today, 3 o'clock Eastern, here on ESPN. Don't.
Now we'll do a video on that. So this is going to be a video on Kevin Durant, and this is going to be a video on Kendrick Perkins. So I'm going to try to get this on real time and try to post videos on that day.
Miss having a baby Yoda. Let's go.
But that's it. I think First Take is going to probably report it. So this is going to be fun. It's going to be a fun day for me. But if you like this video, make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. This, that, no nonsense.